everyone, it's Lisa with Ink and Inspirations, and in this video I wanted to share with you a few time-saving tips that I discovered quite by accident while I was working on some cards today. My son-in-law told me he would like for me to make him some thank you cards, and so I decided to make him a set, about 12 of them. And what I did was I had some retired cardstock. Some of you may remember this color. It's Handsome Hunter, and it was already previously cut into 4 1/4 by 11-inch pieces, and all I had to do was score it and fold it in half to make the card bases. And those were left over from a workshop I had done years ago, probably when I first started. So I had that to start with, and so if I were to do this again, if I needed a set of cards in a short amount of time, I would cut all of my cardstock for my bases first, not try to vary the color, just do all one color. Okay, and so then I went into my drawer of 12 by 12 designer series paper sheets, and these are where I keep my retired sheets. I have a drawer just for that, and I cut the pieces of the paper into 4 by 5 1/4 inch pieces, so that if I wanted to do a layer like this on top of the card, it would fit nicely. Now, I started off that way, and I'll show you one of the first cards I made, by just using that full piece as the background, okay? And I'd like to say before I go any farther, what I did is I put out just certain colors of ink. I think I had Early Espresso, Soft Suede, and Always Artichoke. I don't have my Handsome Hunter pad anymore, but I wanted to find something that would coordinate and blend in fairly well, and that did. And then I had these stamps on my desk. The wood grain, I got that one out, the 4 frames, and this Autumn Day set, okay? And so I used just those stamps that were on my desk there once I got it set up, and just used that, left it within range. And if you'll visit my website on the March the 14th post, you'll see a picture of what my desk looked like. But anyway, I started like this, and I put that, and I thought, okay, that's kind of plain, but it's okay. You know, I used the decorative label punch and a little bit of hardware I had left over. And then I decided I didn't want that full sheet. I wanted some of that base to show through. So what I would normally do, and what I started doing on some of these, is I just cut this sheet of designer paper in half, okay, and just went from there and did some background stamping. But what I decided to do, it was a little quicker, was to, I'm going to find when I did it on, right here, and this is a different paper, but I would fold it instead of cutting it. It saved time. Now, you know, you might say, well, you might have wasted a little bit, but I don't think so. I mean, the time it saved just really helped me out getting through the cards and having the same sets and not trying to pull from all of my supplies, but just using a certain amount of stamps and punches enabled me to make these 12 cards in about an hour and a half. Okay, and so normally if I were doing individual cards, there's no way I could do it in that amount of time. And it's not the actual stamping and cutting, it's the pulling the stuff out, okay, your supplies. So just with limiting myself to a minimum amount of supplies, and just trying to be creative in my stamping, and you can see I used the background over this label, and then I stamped some leaves, and then it had a little space there that I didn't like, so I stamped that leaf on a piece of Very Vanilla, punched it out, and just put it there as an accent piece. So I'm not saying these cards are terrific, but I'm saying that they are going to serve a purpose for what he needs, and I was able to do quite a few in a very short amount of time. So if you have any questions or any tips on what saves you time, I'd love to hear them. Leave them here in a post on my YouTube channel, or visit my blog at www.inkandinspirations.com and share it with all of us. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.